Good morning, students. In our last class, we have completed the lesson The Trial. So, today we are moving to the grammar and vocabulary part of this lesson. Before that, what was the story about which we have completed? Yes, the present act is an extract from George Bernard Shaw's Saint John, which he wrote in 1914. Saint John is considered to be one of his masterpieces. He wrote more than 50 plays in his literary career. Joan of Arc was a French peasant girl. She was born in 1942. She claimed that the voices of saints had told her she was called on by God to help her country. This French national heroine took to the field of battle during the Hundred Years' War. During the war, the desperate French army suffered a number of losses to the English, but John brought renewed confidence by lifting the siege of Orleans in 9 days and taking back the city of Reims. She was captured by the English soon. Joan of Arc had been caught in the war by the British. She was imprisoned and presented before the court. In the court there were six characters: the Inquisitor, D'Estivate, Courcelles, Brother Ladvenue, Cauchon, and the chaplain. The Inquisitor was an elderly man. D'Estivate's full name is Canon John D'Estivate. He was the chief prosecutor. Courcelles was the canon of Paris. He was a young priest and helped to frame 64 charges against Joan. Brother Martin Ladvenue was a young monk and he acted as Joan's confessor. Cauchon was an academic theologian and represented the considered wisdom of the church. The chaplain was a clergyman. The whole lesson is the trial of Joan. The inquisitor ordered the accused to be brought in. She was brought in chained to a log of wood and was asked to sit down on a stool meant for her. Joan looked unwell as she ate some steel carp. Cauchon said that he was sorry for that. Joan expressed her feelings that the English were trying to burn her as a witch. They sent a doctor to cure her, but the doctor was not allowed to bleed her on the belief that if she was bleached, her witchery would leave her. The doctor only called her by filthy names. Joan wanted to be in the hands of the church and not in the hands of the English. She questioned the validity of chaining her by feet to a log of wood. She said that she would not fly away if not bound in chains. In the court, the next point of argument between D'Estivate, Courcelles, and Joan was Jones escaped from the prison by jumping from the tower. D'Estivate called it heresy. Jones said that it was not heresy but it was natural act, just like a bird would fly away from an open cage. Another interesting point in this scene was that the inquisitor made a remark that she had not sworn on the Gospels, hence the proceedings had not been formally opened. So all the arguments took place before that are not valid and cannot be considered, and there was no chance of questioning her because such swearing. When asked to tell the court the truth, Joan was adamant in her statement that she would tell them everything that concerned the trial. It had a hidden meaning that she would not tell them anything else even if it were to be true. She justified her statement by saying that God doesn't allow the whole truth to be told. Then Courcelles proposed that she should be put to the torture. The inquisitor expressed his objection to such use of torture. The use of torture should not be customary and wanton. Ladvenu and the inquisitor opposed the use of torture, but Corcels argued in favor of it. Cauchon deceive, deceivably said that every effort was made to save her body and soul by doctors and preachers, but she didn't give it. It was not the executionary's duty. Finally, Joan called Corsel's rare noodle and provocatively asked him to do what was done in a previous similar case. The inquisitor tried to reconcile Corsel's by calling Joan a shepherd lass. Joan affirmed that she was as good as any lady in Rome. Finally, the inquisitor told Joan that her life was in peril. Joan said that she knew that and was ready to face it. She said she was in court because a Burgundian soldier pulled her gold surcoat. At her last moments, Cauchon asked her whether she would submit her case to the inspired interpretation of the church militant. Joan replied that she was a faithful child of the church and would obey it, so long it does not command anything impossible. At the age of 19, in the year 1431, she was tried for heresy and then burned at the stake as a witch. Surprisingly, after 500 years, in 1909, she beatified even more than in 1920. She was canonized as a saint. So, this was the story which we have completed in our last class. So, there are some glossary. Bishop means a clergyman who supervises a number of local churches. Page, a youth being trained for the medieval rank of knight and in the personal service of a knight. A youth attendant. Heresy means a belief which is against the principles of Christianity. Gospels, the first 4 books of the Bible, the New Testament. Weary, tried, abjurate, adamant, stubborn. Schwan, British variant of shown. Wantonly, acting cruelly or violently, deliberately or provokingly. Exhort, insist, implore, plead. Noodle, head. Thou, you, thy, your. Dost, do. Nay, no. These are old and phonetic English words. Lass means girl. Surcoat means the outer coat or garment worn over armor, in particularly a short sleeveless garment worn as part of insignia of an order of kinghood. Terrifies things of little value or importance. At stake, in danger of being lost. Imputed, attributed bad quality to somebody. Militant, radical, rebel. And there are some. Moving to Roman number 2. Take the statements that are true. So I have done this for you. You write them in your textbook with the help of the pencil. First one is, Joan tried to escape from prison only once. Is it true or false? It is false, because she didn't tried for only one. It means she didn't tried only for the one time. She had tried many times. So it is false. Second one is, Joan said that she would not hesitate to lie if she was tortured. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. The third, Joan liked to be in the hands of the English rather than the church. Is it true? Does the Joan like to be in the hands of English or in the hands of church? She liked to be in the hands of church. So the third statement is false. And Cauchon tried to have Joan executed. No, it is false. Fourth one is false. Fifth, Joan became ill because she ate carp. Yes or no? It is true. Joan became ill because she ate carp. It is true. Coming to Roman number 3. Some characters in the play are in favor of Joan and some are against. Identify the characters who are in favor of or against Joan and then complete the following table. So, this table also I have done it for you. You write them neatly in your textbook if you have space, or else you write them in your notes. So, here, first one, see here, serial number, name, favor, the words that support. So here one example is done for us. Corsells, he was against to Joan. Why? The words she should be put to torture. The words she should be put to torture was was the word that supported that he was against to Joan. Then inquisitor, inquisitor was in favor for Joan. So it must not be applied wantonly. He said it must not be applied wantonly, and he stand in order, sorry, you stand in or eat. So this is an so these words support saying that it must not be applied wantonly and you stand in or eat. These two things tell us that inquisitor supports Joan. Second is Corsells. Corsells against to Joan because the torture is customary. He was telling that the torture is customary. Then de-estivate. He is also against to Joan. Why? That is a confession of heresy. This sentence supported that he is against to Joan. And another sentence is, how I am reviled in the execution of my duty by this woman. This sentence also support that de-estivate was against to Joan. Now fourth is brother Ladvenu. For he was in favor of Joan. For means how did this support that he is in favor of Joan is we should proceed mercifully. He was telling that we should proceed mercifully, and also he was telling, do you want to torture the girl for mere pleasure of it? So he was asking that, do you want to torture this girl for your mere pleasure? Next is Cauchon. He was also in the favor of Joan, and he was telling that you are doing yourself no good by these pert answers. So he was telling to Joan, no, that you are doing yourself no good by these pert answers. So this sentence can tell that he was in the favor of Joan. Next is the chaplain. He was against to Joan. How we can tell? If you are so clever at women's work, why do you not stay at home and do it? By this sentence, we can know that he was against to Joan. So students, you neatly write these without any spelling mistakes and without getting confused. You write them neatly in your textbook. Next, moving to vocabulary. There is a word confession in the story which means declaration of guilt. The related to church. The word is related to church. Sorry, the related to church word is related to church. Find any 3 words from the story and write their meanings. So here they are asking us to find any 3 words related to church and write their meanings. So I have done it for you. You write them neatly in your textbook if you have space, or else write in your notebook. See the first one. Heresy means belief against the principles of church. Next is the Gospels, 4 books on life and teaching of Jesus. Third, clergy means a priest or minister of church. These three are the related words related to church. Next is Roman number 2. The inquisitor in the story says, "Let's not be moved by the rough side of a shepherd lass's tongue." So here a shepherd lass's tongue means that Joan speaks whatever comes to her mind without any etiquette. There are some idioms with tongue in column A. Match them with their meanings given in column B. Use these idioms in your own sentences. So here they have given some idioms with tongue. So they are asking us to match them and write in our own sentences. So students, I have done it for you. You can write in your textbook if you have space, or else write in your notes. See the first, sharp tongue. Sharp tongue means an outspoken or harsh manner or a critical manner of speaking. So sharp tongue means an outspoken or harsh manner, a critical manner of speaking. Second, a slip of the tongue. A slip of the tongue means a mistake you make when speaking, or such as using the wrong word. A slip of the tongue means a mistake you make when speaking, such as using the wrong word. Third, a tongue lashing. Tongue lashing means if you give someone a tongue lashing, you speak too. Fourth, bite one's tongue means to struggle not to say something that you really wanted to say. To struggle not to say someone that you really want to say. Fifth, be on the tip of your tongue. Be on the tip of your tongue means you think you know it and that you will be able to remember it very soon. You think you know it and that you will be able to remember it very soon. So the first one is B, second is E, third is A, fourth is C, and fifth is D. And I think you have understood till here. If you have any doubts, you can message me, and we'll be completing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.